Hi everyone, my name is Mike and welcome to the Virtual Y. Today I'm doing 30 minutes of yoga flow, so it's fairly vigorous, and a theme today is going to be, we're going to do some forward folding type motions today, more than not. And so think about that. The forward fold is actually meant to be soothing to the nervous system. Now there's times in class when we're going to be very active and doing a fold. In that case, just kind of go really internal and try to find the place, the part of that feels calming, soothing, we would say. So we're going to start standing again this week and find the top of your mat. At times I will come on different angles though so that you can see, and find your Tadasana. And this is a pose of total awareness. So you're going to press down into your feet and feel the crown of your head lift up as everything becomes lightly engaged so that you are completely present in the whole body and taking stock of where you are energetically. It's nice to compare this where you are to where you end up, right? So are you feeling active or, hyper in mind at all? Are you feeling a little dull? Are you feeling pretty even keel? These are the things I want you to notice so that you can notice them again at the end, all right? And we're going to take our breath and move it into a little bit deeper rhythm. But while we're here, we're going to use that breath in combination with motion. So let's inhale, raise the arms up, and don't rush, okay? And exhale, come on down. So this is part of our, the mental part of yoga practice is for me, inhale the whole practice, okay? Exhale. Anyone can do not anyone can do the physical, but you know what I'm saying, right? So, coming in and using the time and being really focused trains your brain. So why don't you do it? All right, inhale. And then one more time, exhale. So just using that breath with some motion. All right, here we're going to do some more. Inhale, come on up. And then we're going to exhale and twist as you sit into a chair. Now as you inhale, you sweep that arm back through the front. And exhale, then sit and twist the other way. So inhale, and you can sit as deep as you like. And exhale. So, yoga flow is usually a higher energy class format, but you can definitely take things as easy as you need to, as gently as you need to, right? Let's do one more. So I'm still doing with the breath. There you go. And let's go to Tadasana next. That was even rounds for me anyway. And we'll do chair salute. So inhale here. And when you exhale, what you do is you bend, and you're either reaching towards the floor, or you may even be able to kind of brush the floor and swing them back. And then you inhale, come into a chair. Exhale, sit deeper. Inhale, press to lengthen, and exhale. So this gets everything moving pretty well. Inhale, because those legs start to work. Exhale, sweep down and through. Reach long. Inhale to chair. And exhale, sit. So I'm going to challenge you to keep that breath nice and smooth and long, and then Tadasana. Let's do one more. Inhale, just warming up still. Exhale, reach out or sweep. Nice. Inhale up and through. Sit. Exhale into chair. Now you want to hurry through that because it could be challenging, but we don't. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, let's forward fold, and we're going to hold down in forward fold for a moment. Really let your head go. Let gravity grab your spine. Nod your head, yes. All right. Put some weight in the front of your feet. All right. And just shake off anything you don't need for a half hour, right? And then we're going to walk back to down dog. So plant your hands and find your down dog. You want to have the palms making a good sticky contact. Same with the feet. But I want the back really, really long. And then, the knees can be a little bit bent. And then as you exhale, then you think about making the heels a little bit softer, heavier, and those thigh bones a little bit more back. So again, you inhale to press through the hands, lift the hips. Maybe even the heels rise. Exhale, then the heels sink, then you get a little bit heavier. In time, you'll feel like all the weight is not just crashing into the wrists on the front, right? Good, so making friends with this, letting your energy come upside down for a sec. All right, we're gonna move on with our warm-up. I want you to lunge as you inhale your right foot forward and put your back heel down. and then windmill on up. And we're gonna do a triangle flow. So front knees and toes pointing off. Inhale, reach till you can't reach no more. Come on up, find a triangle. That could be on a block, all right? And today, I want you to inhale, arm overhead, and you look up. And you exhale, bring the arm back, and you look down towards your foot. Okay, so inhale, arm comes up, and exhale. It's also giving us a little bit of nice work for the neck. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, zip up your inseams of your legs underneath you. Okay, that's your triangle. And then let's go ahead and hold. You can hold up, bound, or long, okay? Make sure that those hips are feeling, like squeeze your glutes a little bit too. Nice, and look wherever you feel stable. There's an element of balance to this too. Let's go ahead, come on up, still warming up, and sweep through here to warrior one. And every time we exhale, we're gonna straighten the leg. So you inhale, sweep through like so, and exhale, straighten. Inhale, try to keep some awareness down the center line of the body so that you feel balanced, stable. Inhale, sweep through. You get a little bit of back bend on that, see that? Inhale, sweep through. Good, and one more exhale. Now let's go ahead and come side, and feet are wide. Inhale, and exhale. Let's go ahead and walk out into a big tabletop here, and just feel the, bend your knees side to side, and give me just some lunges side to side to keep warming into those legs just a tad more. All right. Our sun salutation today is going to be we won't hit the floor. We're gonna be on our feet for a while. Okay, come back center. Inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, hands to hips, come on up. And then we're gonna take and turn the feet the other way, or however you need to, for the left to be in front. For triangle, reach on out, find your triangle. Inhale, you come overhead. Exhale, you look down, arm comes to the side. So inhale here. Nice, look up, exhale. And don't cheat yourself. It's a kind of a hallmark of a yoga practice that we go with the breath. You know, two big reasons. Because it keeps you present, all right? And then because you're present, it helps to calm the mind. And why not do this for stress reduction? All right, let's go ahead and hold. Hold one, reach long or high, whatever you like. Good, come on up. And then sweep towards your warrior one. So now warrior one is stable for a lot of people if those feet stay on two lanes. You're gonna inhale here, we'll exhale, straighten. So again, inhale, sweep through, and up. Exhale, make sure the front foot, well, both feet are really grounded. Feeling, again, sticky on the mat. Inhale, sometimes we get mats, they can be of varying quality. And sometimes out of the box, they're not the same as they are after a little bit of use. Right, there's products to help kind of make you stickier too. There's a product for everything, isn't there? And then let's go ahead and inhale, come back to center. And then we're gonna exhale, step up to the top. All right, find your Tadasana. And we're gonna do a sun salutation called L for lunge today. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, come give me a big forward fold. Now, inhale, you step your right foot back, and exhale, come on up into a crescent lunge. Let's hold for one the first time. Inhale, press down to lift up. Exhale, keep those shoulders back. Now the next part, you're gonna inhale and step into forward fold and reach behind you. Grab your elbows. There, we're binding. You can also clasp your hands and give the big bind if you want, because then you exhale and forward fold. Now you let your hands go and you swing into a chair, all right? Exhale, chair. Inhale, stand, and exhale. All right, we're gonna try and break that down, or I should say, cut it down. Exhale, come down a little bit more. So inhale, the left foot steps back, and exhale, come up. Since we held the other side, we will hold this one too. So the big part of this is the grasping behind and making sure that doesn't feel icky for you. Technical yoga term, icky. All right, so inhale, it's frame, and exhale, forward fold, reach behind you, hands, or hold your forearms. Inhale to kind of halfway lift with that, and then as you exhale, take it deeper into a forward fold. Then, as you inhale, let your hands go and sweep into chair. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, stand up. exhale. All right, one breath, one movement. Inhale, full time through. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way on up. Now we're moving, and it goes right away. Exhale to forward fold, reach behind you. Inhale to halfway lift with the bind, any bind, and then exhale, forward fold. Let the hands go. Inhale to sweep through and up, and exhale, deepen your chair. Inhale, press. Good. Exhale. Just one more. I know that's big energy building. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Get on down long. Inhale, step back with left. And we move right away. We exhale back into forward fold. Reach behind you. Switch your grip. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep chair. Exhale, sit. Inhale, rise. And exhale, Tadasana, and take a breath. All right, nice. So we kind of get going fairly quickly in this 30-minute class. Make sure you take time for yourself if you need it. But we're gonna move on. So stepping our left foot back, we're gonna have Warrior One. Warrior One, in a lot of books and classically, you're gonna see them say you want heel-toe alignment, meaning your heel and toe up there, match your heel back there. I don't believe in that. I think they should be on 2 lanes, and not just me, all right? And then, so that when you come and square yourself front, that back knee isn't so bothered. I mean, try it. What's easier? This, if you're not really flexible on balance beam, that knee. But if I come wide or a little bit more in, it's gonna be more doable. And frankly, that's most people. So I want to cue for most people here. Good. You can make that little steeple. As you bend the leg, you lift the heart. All right, now this steeple is gonna go to Warrior Three. Whoa, come forward with this, lift your back heel, and Warrior Three is a balance. So you come through, lift your back foot. Now if you need to, put your hands on your hips. Warrior Three looks like so. As the front goes down, the back goes up, navel up and in. Try talking through the whole thing. Again, you could have hands at hips, airplane, side or wide. Good, good. Now put your hands down, and you can practice something like this, a 3-legged stance, 3-point stance. Or if you want to come down into an inverted splits, go ahead, standing splits. So you're really squeezing that glute to get that back up. Squeeze, squeeze. All right, let's go ahead, put those feet down. Be nice to ourselves and come on up. Nice. Shake that off because I want to do a balance pose next. Let's do classic balance. So that's a lot of forward folding. Do you feel the grounding and the calming effects yet? Ugh. All right. Ground into your left foot. All right, because we're going to switch legs. And tree. So tree, you can have a support here. You can have a support there. Calf. Or focus on something far away. Before you do anything, be stable and then move on. So I see a lot of people in balance poses just kind of go right straight into it and then wobble and fall right out. So don't be afraid to set up foundation. You can do anything with the arms. And breathe into it, right? Nice. Inhale, stabilize your bottom foot. Exhale, draw stability up through the leg, the hips, the glutes, your navel, shoulders. Beautiful. And in time, barely have to think about it. All right. And let's go ahead and inhale, knee front, and exhale, put it down. All right. We got to do the other side. So what is that? That is at the top of your mat. You're going to step your right foot back. I'll give you a different angle this time. And Warrior One. So again, kind of 2 lanes. Experiment with the differences. If you have open hips and are really flexible, you may not mind doing kind of the ye old textbook Warrior One. So again, inhale here, but I'm really pressing down into the back blade of that back foot. That helps keep this knee in alignment too. Fill the space behind the back knee. make a post out of that back leg. Nice. If you're new to this, you can inhale, relieve, exhale, deeper. Whew, let's take one more breath. All right, so let's straighten on out. We're gonna take this to warrior 3. So I'm gonna lift my back heel. If I wanna keep my arms overhead, that's more work. Otherwise, put your hands at your hips. And forward, lift off, warrior 3, reach. All the energy that's out the front, equal energy out the back. Navel up. And then hands down, 3-point stance. Your hands could also be on a block. So stay here, play with your 3-point stance. This is kind of set up training for half moon. Otherwise, you can walk closer to the standing leg and bring yourself into standing splits. One side, this is the side that always feels better for me. We're more doable in that pose. I mean, I'm never gonna look like I'm doing the real splits here, but it's good strengthening. Let's go ahead, easy, put that foot down. Stabilize, support yourself, and come on back up. All right, again, shake it off. When you're straining, or when you're, just exerting in forward fold, it's not gonna feel so, we have it longana, we call it, tree on the right, all right? Soothing, but soothing it will if you can bring yourself into your breath. Kickstand, calf, thigh. All right. You can also find any hand placement, arm placement, and then press down to lift up. I like to think of that entire side of the body as the tree trunk. So it's like this part out to the side is just a branch, It's the trunk that's holding the tree strong, okay? You can do anything. Sometimes arms wide help people. I would say if you're on a squishy surface, you'll feel a big difference, a big help if you're on something more firm, all right? If you're on carpet, it can be really iffy, all right? All right, inhale, knee front, and exhale, put it on down. Now I tell you, these are the things you learn with practice. Maybe you just have one thing available to you at home, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and come on down to the mat. Inhale, exhale down, and take a moment. Find all fours. All right, so we're gonna do a side plank here in 2 varieties. The first is to come onto your elbows. So do this, actually just come all the way down. On your elbows, can you see me? Now you're gonna take your right fist to your left elbow. Right fist to left elbow. And then kick your right heel up in the air and turn onto the elbow and the knee. See that? Now inhale, come on up. Exhale, give me the thread the needle. So you inhale, you gotta keep your hips high. Exhale. And maybe have a glance, is that elbow under your shoulder? Good, so a big turn here, some oblique practice. Strength. Nice, let's do one more. And then let's go ahead and just set down for a moment, because I want to move to the version, actually let's come back to all fours so I can put together the other side plank version. This will be good because I can show you all the options. So left foot goes back and the right hand is under your right shoulder. So you could just do a side plank like so. Or today, if you want to come all the way out, and then you take your top foot in front, press and lift away. All right. Oh, the other foot is flat on its edge out there for support. And again, do you remember where we started? That knee was down? I'll show you quick. That was my other side plank, all right, if this is new to you. You could also have the hand long. Otherwise, here I am. Ooh, let's go ahead. Come out into plank, put your knees down, and then just hold in Thunderbolt for a moment. Get your breath back because we got to do the other side, but you know what? In between, let's do our back work in between. Like that wasn't? Okay. Legs nice and long. Let's do a cobra. Now, a lot of times I do a flow In fact, let's just do a flow a couple times. Hands are on your shoulders, exhale. So Cobra is something that you don't mess around with. You got light engagement in your glutes and your low back. Okay, exhale. Now on this one, I want to hold it. I a lot of times flow this, but I want to hold this one. And you could definitely be low, but try to keep the arms into the body, shoulders back. Yes, you could have the hands a little bit forward if that felt a little too difficult. Now my Cobra, my Max Cobra is up here. That's with a lot of practice. And it's a lot about the upper arc of the back and not so much the lower, and you got to keep the navel in. The navel is supporting this. And needless to say, if I had low back issues, I would not be doing this extreme. All right. Come on down. All right. You don't have to flip. I will, just so you can see me. We're going to come on down. Put your elbows down under you, because we're going to do the other side. Bring your left fist to your right elbow. Kick your left heel up. We're just doing the other side. So if you're away from me, you know what to do already. Thread the needle down and under. Inhale, come on up. Good. Exhale through. So the whole time you're keeping your hips rising away from the floor. Elbow right under shoulder. Nice. I'm going to do one more thread, about 5. Okay. And then I'm going to come back down onto my elbows and come to all 4s so that we can set up all varieties of the other half side plank. All right. Right foot goes back. If I wanted to keep it simple, left hand is under my left shoulder, right there, right there, right there. Otherwise, if I'm feeling it today, full side plank and take the foot out in front of you as it's called the tripod side plank. And look up. Whoop. You're going to feel, it's going to be harder to maintain this if your hand isn't right under your shoulder. That's good physics, right? We build buildings straight up. Nice, nice. Ooh. Let's go ahead and come back down. Knees. And come back to your Vajrasana, your Thunderbolt again. All right. So we're going to do simple seated twist. Do you know how to do the transition the other way? What other way? Right there. That's a practice. I'll show you that some other day. Get your hips behind you. Sit up on something if that helps. Draw the toes back. All right. And let's do forward fold where we assist our digestion here a little bit. Put your hands a little bit, inhale. Put them at the crease of your hips over to the right. And then exhale, sit forward. Don't worry if it feels weird. Okay, inhale, sit on up. Shift them over to the left. Exhale. That was the ascending then descending colon. Inhale, come on up. Now in the center, anywhere, maybe flip them. Exhale and hold, and just stay forward. So there's no wrong answer. It feels weird, I know, but just fold and just have the you feel the knuckles into the belly. Good. All right. Lift on up with your heart. And then let's just take a couple breaths actually in a forward fold here as well. So if you need to practice here, fine. If you can hold and go, toes or feet, go ahead. Go ahead and hold that, all right? Take a couple breaths. Okay, test. Still got me. Let's go on to our backs then. So I just want to do a little bit of a flow here as you hug your knees. Again, still compressing that low belly. And this is a forward fold, right? We can have a forward fold in lots of different positions of the body. So let's go ahead. Inhale, heel up. Exhale, hug in. And if you want a little more core work, chin comes into. Inhale, heels up. Arms up, and exhale. A couple more times. Trying to straighten those legs up above you. And then hold the last one in right here. Nice. Big ball. Really compress. Let's do an inner thigh stretch today. I'll give you a couple options. You can put the soles of the feet together and you can hold at the ankles. I want you to rest the upper body. You could also do a happy baby, which is like this, maybe easier for some, all right? Or you can clasp around the feet like you might if we were seated and bring the feet in and the knees wide. Or you could put the feet down too, like so. If you just want to be simple about it and maybe apply a little bit of pressure. But let's do something that allows you to feel some activation in the the inner thighs. Okay. Try to relax down into the earth. Especially towards the end of class, here is where we want to try to experience this internal part of the practice, where you've got quiet. You might even close your eyes and notice the smooth regularity of a deep breath. And use that practice of a deep breath to calm your nervous system. Yes, you can. Sometimes, you hear people say that all the time, right? It's so cliche. Just pause and take a deep breath. But it's true. I'm sorry to say, it's true. Because it's soothing. All right? Okay. We're going to do some twists here. So put your feet down, body parts today. Shift your hips a little bit to the right. Arms are out like a T, palms down. And then take your right foot and cross it over the left. And then you're going to drop the knees over to the left. Pick up your head, turn it, and exhale. Look away and put it back down. So, wherever you end up on this, your body's going to tell you what it needs, really. Don't force anything. I have forced, this twist a little bit too much and paid an unhappy price. You want this to be good for you, nice for the back. Working out the kinks, it's lovely to do things, it's lovely to do a twist because it really does wring out the energy of the spine, and also we do things left side, right side to make sure that we move things towards balance. Do things equally on both sides, and even if they're not strong equally on both sides, we have practiced them equally, and we're moving towards balance. Stay in the pose, take one more deep breath, and notice what happens to your mind when you're still in a pose. Deep exhale. Good, and then carefully maybe uncross and come back to center, and recenter everything, guys. Arms out. Start by moving your hips a little left, okay? And then the left ankle is going to cross over the right. Use your abs and your arms to control as you drop to the right. Situate, maybe I always have to kind of reposition my hips a tad even after I've dropped over. And then pick your head up, look the other way, put it down. And of course, there's a bunch of variations for this pose, and if you love one, go ahead. I was just asking you to notice what happens when you come to stillness. With practice like this and with meditation, what you learn is that you can be content with stillness, and you can prevent the mind from taking you like wild horses, chariot behind wild horses off and away any old time, right? You get to tell your mind that it doesn't have that power over you. Take your last breath in the pose. And then we're going to come back in. And the last thing we're going to do is a bridge pose. So bring your feet in close. You can catch them or you can bring them in close. And then if you'd like to do a light bridge, you can just put your hips on a block. Nestle your shoulders in, dig the elbows in, press and lift, and then shimmy your shoulders under a little bit more. What that does is protect the neck. You want the neck to be long, but not stressed. You feel some good activation in the throat and the heart here, right? So you press. You also can do this where you interlace the fingers, but then you straighten the arms and you gotta tuck under even more. So you can always do that, but know that it's gotta be, you gotta have some really open shoulders. Take it back to your breath. Press into your feet, your arms, squeezing the backside of the body. I want you to close your eyes and take your last breath in the pose and be completely internal. And come out mindfully with the hands, elbows, and shoulders. One vertebra at a time down, no plopping. Okay, one vertebra at a time. And once it's down, give yourself another hug. In this 30-minute class, we don't really have time for Shavasana, but it is a really crucial part of practice. So I do encourage you to lay in stillness and relax, and encourage your mind to just be somewhat empty. I understand if you don't have time for that. Think about that in the future. You know that we don't really have time for it, but I recommend it, which is ironic, right? Allow a couple minutes. All right. And then when you're ready, your right arm goes overhead and you roll onto your side. Maybe enjoying a couple breaths there. And then you carefully sit back up and always finish your practice coming back to a nice comfortable seat so that your head, neck, and trunk are in good alignment, and we've achieved that balance that's so essential and the goal of our practice. Everything running up and down that spine really well. And bringing your hands to heart center. Bow your chin to your chest. Seal your practice. Namaste, yogis. Thank you for joining me today. And if you have joined us via a streaming or social platform, you might like to check out the YMCA of the North. We have a membership that's only $9.99 a month. Otherwise, you can find all kinds of free classes here, and especially on YouTube all the time. All right. See you next time. Bye.